Are you having trouble getting your clients to buy wedding albums? Let's dig into it. What's up, everyone? My name is Sal Sincata. I am a wedding and portrait photographer, and in every one of our wedding packages, we include a wedding album. In fact, it's one of the things we've become known for. We will not, as a full-service studio, deliver digital only. It's just not what we're going to do. And there's a simple reason for it, right? It truly is the first family heirloom for your clients. Now, you have to believe that in your heart, because if you do, it's easy to position that to your clients. Sure, we have the same clients you do, where they come in and they say, we just want our digital files, or we don't need an album. Even if they don't want their digital files, they just are convinced they don't need an album. A lot of that, I blame you, the photographer. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear, but the truth is, that's a little bit closer to reality, because you may not believe in the product you're offering. And so I think that's something you have to keep in mind, right? So let's just talk about how, like when I have other photographers here that I'm training or mentoring, and we take them through this, we really just walk them through the sales process on how we position it to our clients, right? And it's not some sleazy sales process. It's just really about education and knowledge, right? So one of the things I think you have to realize is that clients do in fact want a wedding album, right? Having just recently got married myself, we want a wedding album. We want our pictures, our favorite pictures out there. Sure, you can get a digital frame. Sure, I can put some of those images on Facebook, but I do want the best of the best out and on display. Now, part of the problem is that you may not, as the photographer, be doing a good enough job in differentiating your product from that your client feels, right? Perception is reality, that they can get at Sam's Club or online at any of the number of, I just use finger quotes, album companies that are out there. We all know that those are garbage albums. They're not archival, thin pages. They're not gonna last long, but are you educating your client on that? Now, because at this point, when they're meeting with you during the initial consultation, they have no idea. Everything gets classified as an album, right? But then when you start showing them unique products, right? Maybe something like this that is black Italian leather, acrylic cover, and you start showing them lay flat design, okay? And you show them thick pages. Well, all of a sudden now they realize an album is not an album. So let's kind of, start there. You have to offer your client a unique product. I think that's where you have to start. And I've watched so many photographers over the years go to trade shows, whether they are trade shows like Shutterfest or Imaging, and they search out albums and they're looking for the cheapest album so that they can maximize their profit. But that is extremely short-sighted. What you should be doing is looking for a high quality product that allows you to charge more, which ultimately allows you to make more money, right? So it's just depending. Do you want to be the Walmart of photography, or do you want to be the Louis Vuitton of photography? So I'd rather play up in the Louis Vuitton space and establish my brand as a luxury brand versus being the low-cost provider. Now, granted, there's high-volume studios, and there are situations where you have to offer a low-priced product, but for the most part, as a photographer, maybe you're doing 20 weddings a year or less, start pushing a little bit up and offer your clients a better product, right? And I think that's what's super important here. The other thing you want to do is when you're offering a superior product, and I'm going to tell you what I offer here in a second, you want to show samples. That's another thing I've noticed with photographers. They're not willing to invest in those samples. And today's labs are making it super simple for you to get a discount on your first order or on a sample album. So make that investment. One of the things, I work with H&H Color Lab, and full transparency, I got them to create a luxury album line just for me, right? And the reason was because I knew my clients wanted something better in size, better in material, better in archival quality. I don't want to give them an album that in 10 years is starting to yellow and fall apart. So the materials used, all that stuff. But I've worked with H&H Color Lab to create cover samples. So there's a plethora of leather, no matter where you go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 leather options. Well, what are you gonna do? Order 40 sample albums? That doesn't make any sense, right? For you, the business, storage space, it's absurd. So now what we're doing is we've created these panels which showcase the leather and showcase the liner. So now you can have a stack of these, right, that are sitting out for you, sitting, on a shelf or anything. And you can just kind of give clients a sample of what some of those leathers are gonna look like in a little bit more detail than maybe a swatch might look. You can show them what, right, debossing is gonna look like, right? Or like a blind deboss, right? Not a foil stamp. I don't know if I'm holding that upside down. I can't. That way. Blind deboss. I love the way this looks on leather. You might want to show them the way a metal inlay is going to look, right? So now when a client is coming to us, they're seeing all this incredible product and they're getting a sense for like, wow, this is so much better than the other photographers we've looked at, right? So this is going to help you stand out. One of the products we offer is in our wedding packages, we call it our black label, right? That's our top package. And we offer a product that is going to blow your clients away. Now, this will come into 12 by 18 in size, right? All sorts of material. I mean, I can't even open it on frame, so we'll cut to the overlay. It'll be much better. We'll make it cinematic for you. We'll add some special music so it feels good. So those albums, those are our standout albums. They come in 12 by 18, crushed velvet liner. But one of the things we do is we walk our clients through the details because I believe an educated client is the best client. So one of the things we focus on our clients is we show them the corners. These are what are known as pleated corners. And with pleated corners, this is made by hand. A machine cannot do this. So when you buy an album and you see it just kind of folded, you know what's under that fold? A staple. And you know what a staple is not? That metal is not archival. It is going to rust and turn your pages color and rot over time. What's happening here with an artisan album, a handmade album, is these corners are pleated by hand. That's why they look the way they look. A machine cannot emulate that. Now we're educating our clients on the product and what makes it so unique. We then educate our clients on this is your first family heirloom. When your house is burning down, this is what you're running in to get. This is the one thing that matters. You're passing this on from generation to generation. These aren't sales tactics. These are just knowledgeable tidbits that you're handing over to your client as you're explaining to them the quality of the product. We then do things like grab the spine of the album and we show our client, like, just so you know, this album's going to last you. And when we grab the spine and we show them that, it's not really moving that much. Now, there does have to be some wiggle room in it so that the pages can open. But if you get a cheap album, you'll notice that those pages will start sliding. Well, when they're sliding, what's gonna happen is over time, as it gets opened and closed, the glue's gonna separate, the pages will separate. We've all seen books like that. That's what's happening there. It is a poorly made book. It is not made by what I'd consider a craftsman or a master craftsman. It's being made in more of an assembly line process. This knowledge you should be sharing with your clients. That's ultimately how you're going to be able to stand out from your competitors and get your clients to want a book like this, right? So show them. The other thing you want to do is get your hands on a swatch kit. And so in the comments, I want you to check. H&H has got a special for you that you can get a huge discount on an album so that you have these right high-end albums to show your clients. Invest in a sample, take advantage of that. So how about a swatch kit? So now we're showing our clients a swatch kit with all the different leathers. So think about all these options. Now when a client comes to you, right, you're not just saying, oh, we can get it in black leather and brown leather. Well, now they're feeling the leather. They're seeing the leather. They're smelling the leather, right? I mean, everybody likes a good sniff of leather. So these are the kind of things that will help you really elevate that. So educate your client, show a variety of products, right? Invest in those samples. And one of the final tidbits I want to give you is use your albums to drive your clients through the package levels. Meaning, for us in our wedding studio, we have 3 packages. Just think of it as a small, medium, large, right? Kind of entry level, mid level, high level. Black level being our high level. Well, I don't put the same album in the base as I do in the top, right? So our base album might be just a press printed, pretty inexpensive album, right? It's got a gutter, it's got thin pages, and this is what's in our base album, 10 by 10, 10 by 10. It's in our base package. Now what we'll do is we'll show our client, okay, in our middle package, you've got access to a 10 by 10 acrylic cover, only black leather, but now the pages are significantly thinner, no crushed velvet, okay? Thick pages, and lay flat design. So it's still a beautiful book, but it's not the Mac Daddy. That Mac Daddy is 12 by 18 in size, crushed liner, crushed velvet liner, up to 40 different leather options. So we're using size and material to drive them through that package. And what I've seen photographers do in the past is offer the same album. Like for example, there's a lot of photographers I've run into where they go, okay, it's gonna be black leather acrylic. In my base package, it's 8 by 8. In my middle package, it's 10 by 10. In my top package, it's 12 by 12. Yes, size matters, but you're only gonna be able to get somebody to spend so much money for an extra 2 inches. You do whatever you want with that. So you have to think through that and understand that you want to go significantly different in size and material to drive them through the package. That's going to help you make the biggest difference and impact with your clients. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope that gets you motivated. Take advantage of that special from H&H. They were very generous to offer you that. Check down below in the comments for the special and start positioning albums for your clients, because I promise you, you are leaving money on the table. We'll see you in the next video.